Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. Herbert just beat the play clock. Steps away to his left. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old. They can't run anymore. What he's showing, past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Back up the 14-yard line.
Here's Herbert. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And his kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead.
Chargers 3.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And they'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
on the ground. This is Leonard Fournette. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
The tackle made at the...
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A four-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
At the 29-yard line. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's left and got his man complete. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 84 yards. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown.
The kicker on.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
Smith on the return. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Going for the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll look downfield for Waller. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
First down, Los Angeles.
Play action. It's Herbert sliding out of the pocket. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
This is Gordon. He takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Rolling to his right. And they're going to get him. They bring it down to sack back at the 16-yard line.
Herbert sacked. A loss of 9 yards.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Chargers 10, Raiders 7.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, Herbert. And it's caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll give them a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a 3rd and goal. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Just keeping the play alive. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right, and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flushed out right. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll buy some time right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
10 at the 42-yard line.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The ball's out and picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA.
Los Angeles.
Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The man from nearby Richmond, Tack McKinley, in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now.
And in a double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
after the turnover. Here's Herbert, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Operating from the gun. Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
3rd and inches.
Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The play fake. He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. Able to connect. Incomplete. I'll give him credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Raiders trying on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert able to get this to Gordon. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
15.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, Herbert. Room to run past midfield. And he comes back with one complete. And finally brought down at the 38. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Open man is Duvernay. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. That's caught out wide by Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Again, Herbert. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
And 6 yards to go.
Herbert throwing again. Going for it all. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Julio Jones. As the first half is winding down, and the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And he puts it through.
That's the score. Chargers 31. Raiders 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, Tremont Smith. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. He's got him in, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
The 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. He's going to take another shot here. This is intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. Deep in his own territory, coughs up the football. Touchdown, Chargers.
Touchdown, L.A.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rule seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Raiders 7.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
3rd and 1.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And for the 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Charger ball carrier.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Herbert off of play action. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. On first down, Justin Herbert. Flush to his right. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Operating from the gun. Herbert escaping the pressure right. This will be caught at about the 5. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Los Angeles.
Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown of the night. And this Chargers offense continues to pour it on. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So first and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for runs. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. In third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a second and 10. Looking sideline, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Oh, almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Here's Herbert. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. 3 yards remain for second down.
And 3 at the 13-yard line.
effort. Quick pass out wide. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Brandon Cooks with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the interception by the Chargers D leads to a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Brings up 3rd and 1. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Chargers 52, Raiders 7.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They're going to look to throw. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted.
And now here's another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Chargers 59, Raiders 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the... end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
5-yard line.
Here's a throw. It's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6. 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Looking for more, but this is intercepted.
Eddie Jackson picks it. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And incomplete. It's 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Being chased out left. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They snap it to Herbert. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run.
And a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
At the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Throw here's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. This will be caught at about the 5. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 3-yard line.
To the air again, Herbert. Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. As he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
2nd and 6. And he's got the hook up to Rose. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And to give this time to the tailback. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Intended for Henry Ruggs.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. Quickly completed to the right flat. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Able to find Waller. That's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Right side, 22nd mark of this fourth quarter. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
The 26-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Despite being 0 for 4 converting these so far, I guess you're going to say 5th time's the charm. They're going again on 4th down. And for the 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by a serious and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 8-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And marking down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chargers, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so.